go round and round all through the town. The people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The people on the bus go up and down all through the town.
Honey, sit down.
I'm just wondering where she is, that's all.
She'll be here in a minute, I'm sure.
I know.
Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm Mrs. Snow, Kayla's teacher. So sorry to keep you waiting. I was just preparing tomorrow's lesson plan.
Isn't this a
Such a delight to have in class. I very much enjoy having her as a student. She's inquisitive, curious, full of energy, as I'm sure you both know. I just wanted to give you an update on her progress, as well as give you the opportunity to express any concerns that you may have. Because my goal as a teacher, personally, is to work hand in hand with the parents in the education process. So let me just go get her progress report and I'll be back in a jiffy.
She's nice.
Yeah. Am I crazy or isn't that a closet?
I don't know, maybe she keeps her files in there.
Maybe. Oh, and did you notice the
Oh, probably just chalk dust, honey.
Yeah, you're right. Should we tell her?
No, let it go.
Oh, okay, I will.
Mr. and Mrs. Jones! I'm Mrs. Snow, Kayla's teacher. So sorry to keep you waiting. I was just preparing tomorrow's lesson plan.
I thought you said you were going to get Kayla's progress report?
Huh? So let's talk about Kayla. Progress report. Progress report. Progress report. You know, I know I have it here somewhere. Progress report. Progress report. Progress report. Oh, here we go. Progress report. Okay, let's see. Kayla is doing a wonderful job in reading, and her writing is very proficient. Let's just see. You know, they type these things so small. Let me just put on my glasses. Let's see. Gosh, it's so...
So Kayla's doing fine then? Or is there a problem? Mrs. Snow? Oh, sorry. Never mind. I'll let you read.
Kayla said something about a field trip coming up?
Yeah.
Mrs. Snow?
Mrs. Snow! Mrs. Snow, are you all right? Mrs. Snow!
Is it warm in here? I just feel so indestructible. So, Kayla. Oh, she is so... Oh, you know what? I have a diorama that she made last month. It is just wonderful. Let me show you. Let's see. That isn't it. Let's see. No. Oh, this one was Madison's. That was a winter scene. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is Kayla's. Isn't that just wonderful?
Oh, it is, isn't it, David?
Oh, yeah, it is. Did she do these clouds all by herself?
She sure did. I do have one concern, however. It's nothing to be too worried about, but I would like to show you some artwork that she made just last week.
round and round, all
So let me get this straight, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. You walk into my office, the principal's office, and tell me a teacher I've been working with for the past 15 years. I mean, Mrs. Snow is one of the finest teachers I know, and you mean to tell me that not only is she a drug addict, but she physically assaulted and robbed you?
Yes.
Well, you'll have to understand if I find that a little hard to believe. And quite frankly, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I have some questions of my own concerning what may be going on in the home for Kayla. Are you familiar with the term rhinoceros baby?
No.
Well, oh wow. Well, where do I even start? Kayla has been exhibiting behaviors that can only be described as promiscuous.
Excuse me?
Oh, I think he means precocious, honey. yes, that's true, Mr. Roberts. She is quite a handful, and she's pretty mature for her age.
Yeah.
You know how it is, 9 going on 29.
More like 9 going on 69.
It's like a little old lady.
No. No, honey, I think he means... Excuse me, what exactly do you mean?
Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is Kayla, getting enough attention at home?
Yes, she gets plenty of attention.
Look, we're here to talk about Mrs. Snow being a cocaine addict.
Oh, and with all due respect, Mr. Jones, I am perfectly willing to sit down and discuss your complaints with Mrs. Snow at the appropriate juncture. What's more disconcerting to me, quite frankly, is the ways in which Kayla seeks attention and approval from men, and women, and little boys, and other little girls, and class hamster, class paste, and rulers, and breadsticks on Spaghetti Wednesday.
What are you trying to say?
Kayla is exhibiting behaviors that are like that of a harlot, a wanton woman, a lady of the night.
Oh my God.
So, you're saying our daughter is a slut?
I'm merely expressing.
She's 9!
All the more reason to nip this thing in the bud. Not hers, of course. That's exactly what she wants to do.
But she's 9!
I know. Which makes it all the more difficult to be having this conversation with you right now.
What would make you even say something like this?
Where do I even begin? Last week, Kayla hugged me around the neck, and her fingers grazed my nipple.
Mr. Roberts, I'm sure that was an accident. And weren't you wearing a shirt?
I was trying to wear shirts.
What does that mean?
Mr. Jones, this society is alienating us from our children. I've got 3 kids of my own, really. Middle one's 5, don't even know its name. But you know, it's too late now. It's too late now just to go in and say, hey, buddy, what's your name again? You know, that would just be awkward. So, it actually reminds me of a great saying said by a great person sometime. You're not going to be able to control what your children do because I'm just going to let that sink in.
Mr. Roberts, you have raised some pretty awful accusations about our daughter, and your proof is that her finger grazed your nipple when she had her arm around you. This is outrageous.
It wasn't just the nipple tweak.
Whoa. Nipple tweak? You said it was a graze.
Oh, no. It was a gentle tweak filled with the boiling lust of a wanton nymph. I mean, it could have been confused for a graze, but believe me, I know the difference, Mr. Jones. Believe you me.
Honey, I'm getting ready to kill this guy!
No, honey. Mr. Roberts, I'm sure that the nipple graze, or tweak, as you call it, was probably just an accident. But you say that there's more?
Yes, Mrs. Jones. Yes. Rita, hi. Could you send Mrs. Snow into my office, please? Thank you. Mrs. Snow has also expressed some concerns that I think you may want to.
Wait. Mrs. Snow, you mean the cocaine addict that you allow to care for our daughter 8 hours a day, Mrs. Snow? That Mrs. Snow?
With all due respect, Mr. Jones, as we've already discussed, those baseless conjectures are completely unsubstantiated, and I would mind you not to engage Mrs. Snow, thank you for joining us. Would you mind telling Mr. and Mrs. Snow what you told me earlier regarding Kayla?
I'd be happy to, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm Mrs. Snow, Kayla's teacher. So sorry to keep you waiting. I was just preparing tomorrow's lesson plan.
Yes, we know. We met you about an hour ago.
An hour ago? That doesn't sound right. The last thing I remember is that I was about to show you some of Kayla's artwork and you just stormed out of the room angrily.
That was an hour ago, and we only stormed out angrily after you assaulted us with a baseball bat, stole my wallet and my wife's shoes!
Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I feel like we're getting into semantics here when the real issue is your daughter's well-being. Now, are you familiar with the term rhinoceros baby?
Look, can we just get to the point here, please?
Of course. As I was saying, I've been collecting some of Kayla's artwork over the past few months, and I've noticed some trends that, to me, raise some red flags.
Please continue, Mrs. Snow.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. I first became concerned at the beginning of the school year. I would ask the children to draw a picture of something that they did on their summer vacations. This is what Kayla drew.
Oh my.
As you can see, she has clearly depicted herself as scantily clad and standing in what can only be interpreted as a giant puddle of vaginal secretions brought on by intense arousal. Or perhaps it's a puddle of semen. And even more mysterious and disturbing is this mysterious yellow-faced figure smiling lasciviously at her from behind a pair of rather suspicious-looking sunglasses.
That's Kayla at the beach in her bathing suit. We take a family trip to the Outer Banks every summer.
And what does Kayla do at these outer banks, as you call them? Does she perhaps secrete copious amounts of bodily fluids while being watched by mysterious Asian men?
Okay. First of all, that's the ocean. Second of all, that's the sun!
Oh, with all due respect, Mr. Jones, when have you ever seen the sun wear sunglasses?
She's 9. Everybody draws sunglasses on the sun when they're 9.
Occam's razor, Mr. Jones, Occam's razor. Are you familiar? If it looks like a pervert, smells like a pervert, watches your 9-year-old daughter secrete torrents amount of vaginal fluid like a pervert, then in my experience, all things being equal, it's a pervert. A big, fat, yellow-faced Asian pervert in disguise. Next picture, Mrs. Snow.
No. Hold on! I am not listening to another word of this. Come on, honey. We're leaving. You're lucky I'm a Quaker.
Sexy cup.
Yes.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round. All
Now, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I've been a detective in this town for the past 25 years, and I gotta say, I am appalled, quite frankly, at the fact that your situation has been so severely neglected and hasn't received the treatment of delicacy that it so clearly calls for. Until now. I want you both to know that I am not going to rest until I've taken the appropriate actions to resolve this matter. Now, I believe we've reached an agreement here as to what needs to be done about the whole situation with Mr. Roberts and Mrs. Snow. Am I correct?
Yes, I think so, Detective. Thanks so much for listening to us. I feel like this whole thing has been so absurd, it's hard to believe it's even happening. It's just nice to talk to a sane person about all this for once. Thanks again.
No problem, Mrs. Jones. You're in good hands here. Connie, could you send in little Kayla, please? Thank you. Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
How you doing, sweetie?
Good.
You doing good?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
What did you do?
What? What? Hey, I asked you if we had an agreement and you said yes.
What? Why were we agreeing to let you shoot our daughter in the face?
Wait a minute. Are you saying you did not want me to shoot her?
No, we did not want you to shoot our daughter! Oh, God.
Wow.
I did not get that. I mean, clearly, in fact, I got the opposite. Seeing as how she's dead. I mean, I imagine she's dead. How's she doing over there?
You shot her in the face! Oh, God.
Yeah, she's probably dead then. I'm not a doctor, but you shoot a 9-year-old girl in the face, chances are she's gonna die.
Somebody call an ambulance, please!
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I mean, it's not gonna do much help if she's dead. Might make you feel better. Anyway, I'm sorry. I guess the next step is, getting the funeral arranged. Call the school, make sure they know she's dead. In fact, you know what? Mr. Roberts and I go way back. I'll give him a call for you. Don't worry about it. It's the least I can do. Mr. Roberts. Ah, damn it. Sorry, just gotta get a signal in here. It's always like this. It's not that. I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna have to wait. It's like a dead zone in here. Try to do something good. Anyway. Connie, we're gonna need a mop in here. Oh, and Connie, could you order me some Chinese, please? I'm hungry. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, you want any Chinese?
General Tso's being curd.
We'll get some General Tso's bean curd in here, and Mrs. Jones?
Shrimp and broccoli?
Add some shrimp and broccoli. Kayla, you want anything? Oh yeah, she's dead.